there is nothing wrong with you. Because I'm of the opinion that if you do not cry in the hospital, they will definitely not give you to me to bring home. Guys, so today I'm not judging any mom or I'm not trying to bash anybody. I feel like maybe I'm just the bad mom in this situation. So I see videos. I just cannot relate to this, where I see videos of moms saying they cannot take their bath because their baby's crying. Like I even saw a video recently. The woman was taking a bath and the baby was crying and she was rushing, that kind of thing. I have never related to such. Hear me out. So I, in my head, the way I've always viewed motherhood is my babies have routines, we have boundaries, we have things. There are days that it doesn't work. I'm flexible. I am a very flexible, minimalist mom to the core. So I have never related to not being able to take my bath because my baby's crying. What I have been relating to or what has been working for me is I let my kids learn self-soothing right from the beginning and independent play. I don't know how to explain that. So the thing is, I don't carry you 24 hours. Or the moment you do, I've carried you. See, you have to show me that you're serious, that this your cry is a serious kind of cry. And then there's something wrong for me to be able to carry you and be carrying you up and down. Yes. Maybe I'm just a terrible mother because I'm like, I'm not going to kill myself because I have a child. And I easily get overstimulated. So I don't want a situation whereby you are the one overstimulating me. I don't know if you understand that. So I have a routine for everything. I have a routine from morning to night. Let me tell you how my routine goes. In the morning, I bathe my kids first thing in the morning when we wake up. Even when my son has not even started school, but he bathes the same time I bathe my daughter in the morning. And that is exactly when I take my bath as well. Before they awake, I already take my bath and everybody's so, and I'm not rushing to do any of those things. Before, imagine how I was when they were babies. When my daughter was a baby, I did everything I want to do before I wake her up. And there was never a situation of me rushing because she's crying. I let her cry it out. Yes, maybe I'm being a bad mom. I let you cry it out. Once you're fed, changed, you're good. Like there's nothing wrong with you. You're bopped. There is nothing wrong with you. Because I'm of the opinion that if you do not cry in the hospital, they will definitely not give you to me to bring home. If you think crying will soften my heart and make me carry you, you are crying for crying sake. Which brings me to a story that my mom keeps calling me Odajo Abiamo until now. If you're Yoruba, you understand that I'm just a wicked mother. So I think my daughter was around 3 to 4 weeks or 5 weeks thereabout. So for like 4 or 5 days, she kept on doing this thing where she cries from 12 to 3 a.m. And I'm like, nah, you cannot take away from my sleep. And this period, I was healing from a third degree tear and all that. This particular night, I let her cry for up to 20 minutes. My mom was begging me. I like, Shebi, she wants to cry. I'll give her a reason to cry. Ngwanu, Ada, cry. Do you know? My mom was crying with her. Like, my mom couldn't believe I could sit through that. Yes, it was hurting me, but I'm like, let me see why you're crying. Because I have fed you. I've done every single thing you want. So now, if it's cry it, my dear. Cry it. Let me bust your head. Since that time, she has never done that thing again. My mom was crying with her, begging me that we should just carry her. I'm like, no. And I'm not the one that'll be backing picking up and down. It's not me. I don't have back for that. Maybe I'm just a wicked mother. I don't have back for that. If you do not cry in the hospital, they will definitely will not give it to me. See, that after that time I let her cry it out, she doesn't do that. Like she never did that again. And if I can remember very well, my son never did that. He didn't cry. He didn't used to have. It's even me that used to wake him up to feed him because I'm like, okay, I have to feed him every 3 hours, that kind of thing. But other than that, there was never a time where I'm rushing to do anything because you're crying. I'm not going to rush. You will cry and wait for me to finish. And so when I had my son, I didn't want my daughter to feel left out that, oh, because the baby's crying every time, I'm always leaving her out or that kind of thing. So I never even started that. If you're crying and my daughter is crying, you will wait. You people will take turns. There are days that I'll answer my daughter and I will not answer him. And there are days I'll answer him and answer my daughter. As far as you're not in danger, nothing is wrong with you. Mothers, you need a break. Like, I get the whole Velcro baby thing, but we can help it. We can try to make it easier for ourselves. You can keep them. They can cry for like 5-10 minutes. It's not going to harm them. As far as they're in a safe space. Like babies, I feel like babies pick up on how they relate to you or how you relate to them. I don't know if you understand that. Like maybe the first few days they cry, you have rushed to carry them. The first few times they do this, you have rushed to carry them. So they're like, okay, this is how this woman works. They do it all the time. It now becomes a routine, and then babies love routine. So that now becomes a routine, and then in turn, they become a Velcro baby. Maybe because I've never had a Velcro baby. Maybe. And I'm not trying to judge anybody or bash anybody. I'm just saying, I just cannot relate. I hope I'm not the only one that is like this. I hope I'm not the only one that is just being a wicked mother and not carrying my baby when they're crying. Because I'm like, you're going to cry. When I want to eat, I am going to eat. You will wait for me. Like, you will wait for me. I don't think I've ever had a situation where I dropped my food to be feeding anybody. And I don't have a living help or anybody. I don't have anybody staying with. I mean, the only times I've had people stay with me is when I'm pregnant, and then they come and stay with me because they want to help me, and it's just for like a month. And then after the baby's see, anybody that comes to my house from Mugo is 1 month, and after the 1 month, everybody has gone to their house, and I don't want you to make my child get used to you carrying her all the time. My mom knows this. So once the baby is sleeping, we drop the baby. The baby goes down. When you wake up, do you know there are times that my kids will even wake up and then we will not know they are awake because they are just there, just observing. I'm not the one that will rush and carry you. You see, I think there was something I did with my son. So there was something I watched somewhere where they say when babies are in deep sleep, they make noise, they make sounds. So with my daughter, there are times that whenever she makes those sounds, I'll rush to go and carry her. But with my son, I just let him be. And lo and behold, he sleeps back. Like, if I don't carry him, he will just sleep back. And that helped me a lot. See, my son can just be playing and he will just lie down and sleep. But you see, my daughter doesn't like sleep. So I know that, see, even till now, I beg her to go and sleep. But that I'm rushing because my child is crying, I don't think I can relate to that. Mothers, please, hope I'm not the only one that cannot relate to rushing to go and carry my child because my child is crying. I take my time to take my baths. I take my time to eat my food. I take my time to do everything because as a mother, I need my sanity. My mental health is paramount to me. I'm not going to let you ruin that for me because there are times that my kids will fight and cry and I let them do whatever they want to do. When people are done fighting, I will ask questions. Who is at fault? Who is like I'm just that mother. Maybe I'm just a wicked mother. Please. Maybe. Please put comment section if you can relate to this or you cannot. It's just my opinion, oh. My opinion. Bye. See you guys on the next one.